Um, okay. Hello. Um, when Mexican food is brought up, there are a plethora of options that someone may think about or might come to their head. You know, um, tacos, burritos, sopes, whatever your shebang is. um, there's one that stands out mostly to me and to my family. You know, these are served in any special occasion, like a birthday, Christmas, or any sort of holiday, really. Or maybe just a Sunday morning, you know, when your dad goes and buys some from the vendor across the street or anything. Um, of course, I am talking about the tamal or tamales. um, Now, I don't necessarily have one with me today, unfortunately, as contrary as I had planned. However, I do have the pot in which my mom makes them. Now, um, the dish originated in Mexico, from what I can tell you in one of my sources. Um, sorry, okay. From what I can tell you, it originated from 5,000 to 7,000 years ago. It's actually been recorded on cultures like Aztec and Mayan culture, and it's one of the earliest dishes that was created from, I believe it's Nahuatl culture and everything. Um, of course, throughout the years, it spread throughout all of Latin America and everything. So my point was that here, let me show you this one more time. Okay, not every family is gonna have one of these because there are a plethora of ways to prepare these things. Um, I think the ones I know are vapor, you know, um, the pan, the pot, the pot has a metal. I don't know how to say this in English, but basically like a metal plate with holes that allow the vapor to go through, and then you just put some water in this and let the vapor cook your tamales evenly. But I know some families also have cazuela, which is like a stir fry pan, and they cook them that way. Or my mom personally uses um, corn leaves. I know some families use banana leaves and everything. Um, to elaborate more, um, tamales have, like I said, a really long history with us. They used to be both offerings, not only dishes like for the people, but also offerings for the gods and everything. um, I think um, that's just our need, you know, to share with everyone. What I was going for actually was that tamales for me are a sign of diversity and a sign that we are always open to share our culture with others. Something that I found really interesting when I moved to the US was that tamales were served every Thursday at my school, you know, like as part of the school lunch and everything. And I just found that really interesting. Sure, they weren't the most authentic tamales out there, but you know, it allowed for kids who may never have come in contact with them before or anything, just enjoy a little piece of my culture. And that makes me feel good, you know? Um, hold on. Okay. For me, um, tamales, like I said, are diversity, yes, but they also symbolize and taught me a lot of patience and um, hard work. My mom usually is the one in charge of preparing them for mostly holidays in my household. Um, I've helped her. I usually help her, and the thing is, she lets us know like a week prior that she's thinking of making them, so that everybody's prepared. You know, it's like this big thing because of just how much time it takes. You know, especially like preparing the dough individually um, from scratch and everything. Um, every corn leaf that you have to like spread the dough on, the filling, which could be a lot of different meats. It could be chicken, beef, pork, um, anything you really like. Some people even just do them with corn in order for it to be sweet, like a sweet treat and everything. Like I said, it's very, very diverse. Um, but to my family, like I said, it's just a lot of patience. It takes a while. You know, we didn't have AC, so it was just a humid mess and everything. Um, so yeah, tamales. I keep looking at the pot. I'm so sorry. Tamales are just very meaningful, and it's a food that you prepare in volume. You know, so it's meant to be shared, and I feel like that's what I take away from it. That's how I see my culture as well, you know, as this big thing that I could just openly share with anyone that's, you know, welcome to try or open to. Um, I believe I went over all my points. Um, okay, yeah. Um, thank you very much for listening, and thank you.